All right, so here we go. Here is our NHL tier list. Let's just go alphabetical order. Let's do best case scenario. Try to give every team the benefit of the doubt. I think the Avalanche can make the Western Conference Final. Blackhawks. I think best case scenario, they're average. They haven't been doing too well. Blues. I think best case scenario, being an average team. Boston Bruins. Ooh. Best case scenario, they can probably get to the playoffs. Didn't the Canucks get to like the semis last year and they lost to the Oilers? I think they can make the playoffs. Okay, now Washington Capitals. I think they can win the Stanley Cup. Columbus, if they keep on their momentum, hot streak they got right now, they're definitely making the playoffs. Okay, now here comes the fun part. The Utah Coyotes. I think average. They're not making the playoffs. The Devils. Best case scenario, I think they can get to the Eastern Conference Final. Now, they have been on a little bit of a skid. I believe they lost 9 out of 11 or 12 games recently, so they've been playing rough ball. Ducks are garbage. That one's easy. Calgary, average. Flyers, garbage. Habs, average. Hurricanes. I mean, with Brendan Moore and how fun that story would be of him winning a cup, both as a player and a coach. Yeah, I think they can win the Stanley Cup. Just, it's got to be one of those things where they catch the Rangers on a bad night. Rangers. We'll get to the Rangers, but like, they catch the Devils on a bad night and sneak. Because they got their home win, and then they go on the road, they catch the Devils on a bad night, they catch the Capitals on a bad night, and from taking the momentum of tying a series 2-2, they take a 3-2 series lead or something like that. Puck bounces their way, just kind of one of those improbable run-esque type things. Because downright, do I think Carolina can beat Washington outright? No, but I don't know. Playoff hockey is a whole different thing, man. Who knows? Washington could joke it away and disappear because we thought the Bruins were going to win the final, and then they blow a 3-1 series lead to the Panthers. So, all right, the Jets. I think the Jets can win the Cup this year. The Kings. I think the Kings can get to the playoffs. Vegas. I think Vegas can definitely win the Cup this year. Seattle's garbage. Toronto, because of history's sake. Just because of history's sake. They ain't going anywhere, the Eastern Conference Final. The Islanders are kind of playing like garbage, so I'll put them in garbage. The Oilers, I think it'll be another good run. Because the teams that I think are in the Oilers' way to get there, these two. Because it'd be 1-2 and then a quick second. Like 1-2, 3. Because I don't know what other team in the West is up there with these three teams. Wild? Dallas? Maybe. I think the Oilers can win the Cup. Panthers damn sure can win the Cup. They won it last year. Oh, my Penguins. I got to show a little bit of bias here, but try to be unbiased. Right now, we are very average. If there is an in-between average and playoffs tier, that's where I would have them. Dude, the Preds have been garbage. New York. I want to see how many games New York is behind before I get into this rant. Okay, so the Rangers are a win. They're a win behind. Like if Ottawa loses one and Colorado, and then the Blue Jackets lose one, because it's 50 points. They have 50 points. Boston has 52. Montreal has 52. Columbus has 53, and Ottawa has 52. So we have like a 3-way tie for the 8th seed, and then Columbus with the one extra point. That's why they're the 7th seed. So if Columbus, Ottawa, Montreal, and Boston, if they all lose, and then New York gets a win and spring loads into the 7th seed, and then they play complimentary hockey, they will get to the playoffs, but I am only giving them that because they have been atrocious this year. I really thought the Rangers could win the Cup, but I'm just going to put them right here because I'm not going to say, oh, hell yeah, they could win the Cup. Because, no, we'll see. We'll see how good the Rangers are going to be around the All-Star break. Detroit. Ooh, Detroit. I think Detroit can be a playoff team, too. Sabres are garbage. Average. We'll see how things end up with them. Garbage. That was easy. I mean, I feel like it's been this team, no, not so much, but which is so weird is they were in the Eastern Conference Final back-to-back seasons and they've just fallen off a cliff. I think Dallas can make the Western Conference Final again. I mean, back-to-back Western Conference Final. And I think that was a big thing in my pick for Dallas to go to the Stanley Cup this year against New York. They made the Western Conference Final in 23 and lost to Vegas. They made the Western Conference Final in 24 and lost to the Oilers. So it's those weird things where it's like, okay, you're going to make it, but this time you're going to break through. Do I think they can win the Cup? Probably. I don't know. Too soon to tell. Tampa's making the playoffs, but I don't think they're going on a deep run. And then Minnesota. Here's the thing. Before I get laughed out of the building, I want to double check their record. And Dallas is behind them. Colorado's behind them. LA's behind them. And Calgary's behind them. Calgary's right here, and I have Calgary as average. I have the Kings. So it's like, really, you're going to put them here, but then all these other teams that they're right now statistically ahead of. I haven't. Minnesota hasn't impressed me. Who knows? Flower could put 16 games together, as netminder, and he could hoist another cup. But again, it's Minnesota, so they make the playoffs. But it's one of those things where you stumbled into the playoffs, where you let Dallas sneak above you, and you had a lead on the Avs too, but you let Dallas jump you, you let Colorado jump you, and so you ended up being the wild card 7 or the wild card 8. Yeah, objectively in the Western Conference Central Division, I thought Dallas was going to win it this season. And then out of the Pacific, I thought Edmonton was going to win it. And then out of the Metro, I had New York. So that's going to bite me in the ass. And then out of the Atlantic, I had Florida. So a dark horse Western Conference Final. And I'll just say it quickly because I don't know. I have a feeling I might talk about it more than once for the rest of the season. Dallas versus Nashville. That was my Western Conference Final pick. I had Dallas getting through Vegas, and then I had the Oilers getting through the Predators. And then in the Eastern Conference Final, I had New York versus Florida, running it back. I probably would have had Florida beating, Toronto to get there, and then the Rangers beating probably the Hurricanes.